Welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live programs. Thank you for joining us this evening. Our channel is dedicated to bringing live performances and events from international artists delivered to audiences around the globe. I'm James Welch, and I am one of your co-hosts for this evening. In a little while, I will be joined by the fabulous Anna Auspinskaya. This evening, we are presenting the Gala Auditions. Musicians are auditioning for an opportunity to perform at Weill Recital Hall at Carnegie Hall in Gala concerts in New York City. The Gala Auditions are organized by Sound Espressivo, Progressive Musicians, and Virtual Concert Halls. Auditionees from many countries are seeking guidance and support from the judges through live comments, which you will hear after each performance this evening. The Sound Espressivo Global Competition is an online live-streamed competition. It combines a competition and live performance experience. Progressive Musicians is an organizer of many competitions and concerts at prestigious venues like Carnegie Hall. Virtual Concert Halls is an internet TV broadcaster providing artists with a virtual stage and abilities to reach audiences beyond the walls of conventional concert halls. The goal of these auditions is to encourage, nurture, and reward musicians who are proactive about sharing their art and developing their careers. Sound Espressivo and Progressive Musicians together are providing opportunities for musicians to discover their unique artistic voice, take initiative, present themselves on their own terms, and carve out their own career paths.
Progressive Musicians and Sound Espressivo are hosting live auditions for our Laureate Gala at Carnegie Hall this summer. Auditions are open to soloists, composers, small and large ensembles. You can also audition for an opportunity to perform a concerto with the New York Chamber Players Orchestra. Don't miss your opportunity to receive a professional video recording of your performance on this world-renowned stage.
So we have many different fun prizes and opportunities available as part of this. The first one is the Recognition Award from iClassical. And iClassical Academy is a company based in Switzerland. They are online. They have master classes, lessons, a bunch of wonderful resources for musicians of all levels and instruments and everything that you can imagine. It's just great, and they've been very supportive, and they've offered many different types of prizes to our auditionees. The second is the James Adler Audience Favorite Award, and sponsored by the Adler Oaks Music Library. You get to vote for your favorite performer on the gala. It doesn't have to be whoever you think is the best or whoever we think is the best. It has to be your favorite. And there is a generous award for receiving the popular vote there. The other is an interview by the legendary Steve Robinson. And there's Steve. They're hosting our last recital and interviewing one of the performers. And we have the opportunity for every gala musician to be interviewed and broadcast live from New York City. And it's just a wonderful opportunity. Steve and his company have been very generous to us over the past few events, and we're very blessed to have him with us. Okay, let's take a look at the audition schedule here. So yesterday we began auditions, and we had pianists and violinists audition, and today we are having, well, pianists and violinists again, many different instruments, including people auditioning to perform a concerto with the New York Chamber Players Orchestra. And, later tonight we will have more concerto auditions. We're going to have some chamber ensemble auditions as well. And then the auditions run through Tuesday for more solo and chamber auditions. It's been so great hearing all these musicians, and we're just a little more than halfway through, and it's still, the excitement just keeps coming and coming, and we can't wait to hear what's to come. Okay, so speaking of the New York Chamber Players Orchestra, I would like to introduce our judge for this evening, the maestro himself, Giacomo Franci. Giacomo, welcome back again.
Third round.
Third round, with Giacomo. This is our 8th round since yesterday. And,
no, it's third round for me.
Yeah, third for Giacomo. Yeah, welcome back. It's like we just saw each other a few minutes ago. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Was that today? I can't remember anymore. But it's it's been wonderful. We are so blessed to have him and the New York Chamber Players Orchestra on with us.
The blessing is reciprocal. It's a beautiful experience. Yes.
Yeah, it's just great. In November, we had 3 days of power rehearsals and performances with the New York Chamber Players, and just ended it with a wonderful gala, which after we just passed out from with exhaustion, but had happy dreams. It's just been great working with you, Giacomo, and here's to the next gala and many more. So that being said, I think we're ready to go here. Let's see here. Group 8. Who is first? It is Harry Chen. And we have Harry Chen, pianist from the U.S., playing Kabalevsky's third piano concerto, the Youth Concerto in D major, the second movement. Harry, welcome to the virtual stage. Bravo. Oh, he's getting the headphones here. Bravo, Harry.
Bravo,
Thank you.
bravo.
Harry, how old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
Oh, wow. Wow. And how long have you been playing piano for?
6, 7 years, I think.
Oh, wow. Since you were 3?
Yeah, wait, the camera's up there.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Wow. Well, I really enjoyed listening to you. And I'm going to turn this over to the maestro.
I liked your playing this Corky piece, interesting piece, and you play with temperament, different dynamics, and yeah, the only observation I have, maybe a little more clarity in the runs, where you if you play, if you lighten up a little, I know this is not Mozart, but if you can lighten up a little, maybe the passage will come. But this is just, I mean, you are 10 years old, come on. It's, yeah. I shouldn't have said that. Okay. Bravo. Very good.
We really enjoyed listening to you, Harry. Keep up the great work. And
Okay.
do you have any questions for us?
Not really.
No? Okay. Wonderful. Well, you keep on you keep up the good work, and I hope to hear more great things from you in the future.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay. We're moving on here. We have a chamber ensemble audition duo. We have Susan Dantoni and Jan Koler, piano and cello duo from the U.S., and they'll be presenting us with Faure's Elegy. Susan and Jan, welcome to the virtual stage. Nice. It's one of my favorite pieces, and it's always great to hear it. That's I don't know how many times I've played it now, but it's always seems to be a favorite that everybody likes, and it's always good to hear it. So thank you for bringing that to our virtual stage today. I'm going to turn things over to the maestro for some comments.
Yeah, I like your performance. The piece is, even if it's not in the romantic period, it's a romantic piece.
We have to come closer. We can't hear you.
Maybe I can.
Yep,
maybe
come
I can,
closer.
maybe I can project more. Can you hear me now? I think that you played it very well. I really appreciated the nuances of sound by the. I mean, you both played very well. Especially, I appreciate the nuances of sound of the cello. A lot of dynamics there. You played expressively. I enjoyed your performance. Bravi.
It was really nice. I just from a pianist perspective who's played this quite a bit, I tend to prefer it maybe just a touch quicker in a few spots, but I mean, that's all a subjective thing, of course. But what I would have really loved to hear is a wider range of dynamics and color between sections and just textures. I mean, it starts out with the sad part, and then it goes into like the stormy, angry part, and the piano goes crazy. That's just that's actually my favorite part, if you can't tell. But that's it's a lot of notes there. One thing though that I will caution you about, I'm sure you've noticed it too, the second last measure. Almost every time I've played this with someone, it doesn't line up right away, and you just really have to work to make sure that downbeat's lined up well. But other than that, I enjoyed listening to the two of you, and I really thank you for bringing this to the virtual stage. Did you have any questions for us? No? Yes? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much. And we will move on because I believe Susan has another duo here. So as they reconfigure here and reset the stage here, I will just ramble for a second. So we do a lot behind the scenes here. And I think that, they're ready now, so we can go and welcome Susan Dantoni and Cecelia Guerra, piano and soprano from the U.S., and they'll be performing Samuel Barber's Hermit Songs, St. Ida's Vision from Samuel Barber's Hermit Songs. So, Susan, welcome back to the virtual stage. Cecelia, welcome to the virtual stage. Nice. Really nice. It's always great to hear Samuel Barber's works played. I've done these hermit songs so many times, and they never get boring, and it's great to hear them. I'm going to turn this over to Giacomo.
It's amazing how this kind of arias are kind of nevrotic. I always find, like, with this kind of composer like Berg or Barber, that you have this element of nevrosis in the aria. Anyway, so yeah, your voice is really match with the repertoire. I think this kind of repertoire is very good for you. Like could be Schoenberg also. I don't know. Have you ever sang Histoire du Soldat?
They're shaking their heads no.
No. Okay, but anyway, you can pursue that. It's the right voice for the repertoire. It's not you are not singing a Bellini aria. You are singing Barber, so which is completely different. So yeah, it's a good choice of repertoire. I think you are on the right track. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah, it's always nice to hear Barber's music. And I mean, these hermit songs, I mean, they can be so depressing sometimes. But you know what makes it nice to listen to is when people play well. And so, I mean, it was nice to hear that. There is one pitch in this piece that everybody misses. And unfortunately, you missed it. On the return, the Sing Ye Maidens, it's an E natural, and everyone sings an E flat there. But the chord in the piano actually supports that as well. You know, there's an E natural. So just be careful. Everybody misses that at least once. So you just want to go back and review that. It's such a weird thing to go right over that hook and all that. But it is how it's written. You know, and then you know, it's just one of those things. But you know, it was really nice to hear your rendition of this, and we thank you for bringing it to our virtual stage. Did you have any questions for us?
No, thank you very much for having us.
No? Okay, wonderful. You're welcome. Alrighty, and it is time we must move on. So up next, we have a veteran to the virtual stage here, Julio Reyes, guitarist from the U.S., and he'll be performing Vivaldi's Guitar Concerto in G major. Welcome, Julio. Oh, that was wonderful. Hey, and if we have Anna here, my better half here in this whole operation here, and
thank
my
you, James.
co-host and mastermind, and welcome back.
Thank you, James.
Done wearing
Thank
the
you.
teacher hat. And
Take the one off, put one out.
yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. And Julio, what a great pleasure to hear you on the virtual stage. You have such a confidence and such a wonderful, clear sound. This is beautiful. Such a joy always to hear your performance. Beautiful playing. And now to Giacomo, Maestro Franci.
Beautiful, bravissimo. Wow. You are a mature musician. Yeah. You don't
It's
think
blonde hair, not gray. It's blonde hair.
Music is ageless.
No, you do the all nuances of the music. It's a pleasure to hear. Yeah, like Anna was saying, great clarity and beautiful sound. Also, I enjoyed also, especially in the first movement, the contrast of timbre, where the guitar at the point sound like another guitar. Like there was a nice echo there that was not just softer, but was different timbre. Bravo, bravissimo. Congratulations.
Prego.
Yes. James, would you like to add something to the comments?
Oh, sure. Julio, I've heard you many times now, and it's always a pleasure to just hear your wonderful playing and artistry come through. And thank you for bringing this to us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, there's nothing to add but my admiration for your artistry and for your skills of communicating the music itself. You forget all the technical aspects of playing an instrument when I listen to an artist like yourself. Hats off. Beautiful playing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and we will be moving on to the next performer. And just to remind everyone, you're watching the auditions. Musicians are joining the virtual stage and performing live from their own locations. So these are not recorded performances. These are actual live performances on a stage of our ages, the virtual stage, the live broadcast on social and video platforms. And these musicians are auditioning for the opportunity to present their performances on a world-renowned stage of the Weill Recital of Carnegie Hall. And we'll be inviting on stage the next performer, vocal performer from the United States, Stacey, performing a piece by Lowe, Finney called Longing. The virtual stage is all yours. Please take it away.
eyes and smile on thy new world and me. As kind to others as to me. And as thou never came in sooth, come now and let me dream it truth, and part my hair and kiss my brow, and say, my love, why sufferest thou? Come to me in my dreams, for then the night will more than be. This loving of the
Bravo. Oh, this is such a beautiful piece. And we should probably note the composer Lowe Finney is also a contender for these auditions. And you know, it is just a beautiful piece and a beautiful performance, and I really enjoyed hearing it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna sure thing. You're gonna turn it over to the maestro here.
I got the unexpected call. Yeah, I enjoy this melody. I'm not familiar with this melody. I find you have good communication. You're also charismatic. I'm sure in a stage people will pay extra attention to you. I feel that. I'm not a great fan of vibrato, so you don't get much lucky with me with that. The sostenuto notes, we go with vibrato, and some people love that. I don't, but I think there is a nice combination of you performing, your presence in the stage, and I like your articolato melody. Anyway, it's a mix of feelings. Yeah. But brava, okay.
Yeah. I found the connection between your voice, which is very unique. That's the kind of voice which you hear it once, and then you hear a second time, you recognize and immediately put the face and the voice together. It's very unique timbre. But I also find that your voice and this style of composition go so well together. I haven't heard you in other repertoire, so it's hard to predict how that repertoire fits your voice. But this kind of writing of very serious and very harmonically interesting, at the same time, a very compelling melody is perfect for your voice, I think. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Brava.
Yeah, I ditto that. It's just a great connection to the writing and the text. You have a great musical relationship with the composer there, and with your pianist, by the way, who played it beautifully, which is a string reduction, from what I understand. So it's really something.
Yeah, I want to also big shout out to the pianist. Thank you so much for your great collaboration and support of this beautiful singing of Stacey's.
Yeah. Did you have any questions for us?
No, I'm just very grateful to be here. This has been very exciting for me. And I just want to let you all know that my coach here, Lamar Sims, is fabulous.
Yes, he is.
Wonderful. Can we have you in the frame so we can give you applause? Can we have your coach join the on the frame for our applause?
I think the
Yes.
There we go. Yeah.
Bravo. Wonderful, wonderful piano playing and great collaboration. Thank you so much for bringing this beautiful piece and newly written music. This is an honor to present it publicly like this. This is great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wonderful. We will be presenting and inviting on the virtual stage as the next performer. Pianist from the United States, Laurie Kwan, joining us to present Beethoven Piano Concerto No. 2 in B-flat major, first movement Allegro con brio. Laurie, the stage is all yours. Take it away. You own it.
Nice. There's a lot of notes you have there. It's a lot of hard work. Really, thank you for bringing that to our virtual stage today. I'm going to turn it straight over to the maestro.
I like your playing. It's clear, pretty much controlled. I prefer the first part of your playing than the second part. There was something in the second part, but we don't talk about that. I want to ask you, what kind of piano you play?
It's a Yamaha.
Yeah, it needs some
C7.
voice. I think that piano needs some voicing. It's very brittle. The sound, it's very percussive. So that didn't help you for the quality of sound. I don't think it was you. I think it is the piano that doesn't have any round sound. I mean, it helps you for clarity because by being so dry. But I could understand that your playing is very good. And yeah, there is not much to say. You played very well. Maybe, yeah, of course, if you have a better piano, it could be the same piano but with the voicing. The technician goes there in the hammers with the needles, and then it makes the sound rounder. But beside that, yes, you might find your technique is good, your mechanism, your hands work very well, which is very good. And then, yes, maybe a little more dynamic range, find more expression that would elevate your level going that way, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I love this concerto, and I was working on it for a little while, 4 years ago, and then just you know, COVID happened and everything, and I just stopped working on it. But for my taste, I just like to hear a little bit more of a dynamic range and possibly a little faster too. You know, it just seems like it has a little bit more cartoon character effect that way throughout all of that in the cadenza. I know that makes the some of the left-hand parts a little tricky, you know, and all that, but it can easily be worked up. But you know, that's just my preference there. And kudos to the both of you for getting the timing right on, spot on at the end of the cadenza. You don't know how difficult that is to time up with professional orchestras sometimes. And I was already ready to offer you my little trick for that part, which, you know what, maybe I'll do anyway. When I was working on it a long time ago, like 100 years ago, when I first looked at it as a student, my teacher said, here's the trick. You get to that part where it splits into the scale in sixths. It's 3 octaves. Each octave is equal to 1 beat of what the orchestra will play when they come in. So it's just 1, 2, 3, boom. You know, so when you're playing that with orchestra, there's your solution for the conductor, which the conductor will probably already have that worked out, but you never know there. You do whatever you need to do in the first scale, and then in the thirds, and then you hit that B flat, and then start the 3 octaves. And works every time. But anyway, just wanted to offer that one to you, words of wisdom from this old fogey here. But you know, I enjoyed hearing you play, and hope to hear more from you in the future. Do you have any questions for us?
No, thank you for listening to me.
Yeah, I think it was a wonderful performance, and I appreciated very much the clarity. So often we hear this concerto particularly over-pedaled, and you didn't do that. You had very precise and very delicate pedaling in there. That was really wonderful. I agree with my colleagues. that may be a faster tempo, even though it's a bit risky, of course. But you're a wonderful pianist. You have great facility. Maybe in the practice, in the rehearsals, you can take the risk and see where it'll take you, so that the passages have a bit more flow. But you know, that's something everyone has their own risk tolerance for something like that. And I wanted also to mention, I'm sure you probably know, that even though it's a concerto number 2, it was the first concerto Beethoven wrote. And so maybe, I don't know if that will give you some idea to maybe rethink some of the sections in there. You sounded very serious, and Beethoven was quite young when he wrote that concerto, and it was his first trying out his hand at the massive concerto for piano and orchestra, and
under the influence of Haydn,
under very great influence of Haydn.
It was his teacher.
And Beethoven admitted to the influence. So although Mozart was closer in age to Beethoven than Haydn, but Beethoven was really taking a lot of technique and approaches from Haydn, and we all know, Haydn's symphonic music a lot of times is comical, and it has a lot of humor to it.
So surprise symphony,
surprise symphony, of course. But many other in many other places, there's roughness and humor, and there's contrasting elements in the air. So it's not all that serious. That's my opinion too. Maybe that'll give you, to find those humorous spots in another dimension.
The biggest humorous spot, I think, for me in that concerto is in the third movement.
Absolutely true. Yeah. Yeah. The first movement is less so, but you still can find some of those pokey, clumsy spots in there. Not to, I don't mean to play them clumsy, but to bring out this uncomfortable kind of accents.
I personally enjoy also air tempo. I mean, I don't want to contradict you, but it's the speed. I find the speed on the set, but I don't want to start an argument now.
Well, that's all right. We can. This is very true. Musicians argue over those things, and that's not counterproductive. It's actually productive. So you take what fits you.
This is a debate in all good fun, and respect for each other's musicianship.
I find the character of first movement like a little, in Italian we call, I don't know in English, because in English sometimes there are some shortness of words. Soave. I find it soave. So there is a humoristic aspect. But there is also an aspect of sweetness, of suavity. There is suavity in English.
Yeah. Suave. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's beautiful because we have different ideas. So that is
the charming.
Kind of like a bit of a dolcissimo or aspect.
Yeah, you brought it up really well. Laurie, I heard that, the charm of those melodies. That was really good. Yep, and that's the truth, Laurie. When you get on stage to rehearse with the orchestra, you got to find a balance working with the conductor, and some kind of compromise of ideas. But it's good to explore different ideas, because that's how we find our own voice in it. So,
great.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you. You're a wonderful collaborative pianist, for your support, and it's a great pleasure to have you all here on this audition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And now we'll be inviting on stage the last performer of this group. We still have one more group coming up at 9 p.m. Please stay with us, and be sure to check out the performers of that group. But we'll be welcoming on stage a flutist from the United States, Yikun Shao. Maybe I'm mispronouncing the last name, Zhao. Please forgive me if that was not the right pronunciation, who will be performing Stamets Flute Concerto in G major, and the first movement Allegro. You can the stage is all yours. Please take it away. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I love this piece. I've played it a number of times with flutists. I'm not a flutist, I'm a pianist. But what a great piece. And I like your tempi very much and your approach to really pronouncing every note. Now to Maestro Giacomo.
Yeah, brava. Okay, so you are very good with the runs, and I like that. I find maybe we are all concerned when we perform in public. You seem to raise also your shoulder, like I'm not a flutist, but I don't think that would help. There is only one pianist that was playing incredibly like that. It was Glenn Gould. He was having his shoulder up to his ears, but usually that doesn't help much. And then another remark is your sostenuti sometimes they get some intonation problem. The rest was fine. Yeah, the tempi, like Anna was saying, was good. The runs are good. Work on that sostenuti in order to keep the pitch even, and then you'll be at the next level. Bravo.
Yes, it was nice to hear this piece. I played it a long time ago. I can't remember even where or when, but excuse me. It's an old favorite that I forgot about. So I'm glad that you played it today so that we could hear it. Thank you for bringing it to our stage.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't have any questions for
Okay.
now. Yeah.
All right.
I want to also do a shout out to your pianist. Wonderful
yes.
collaboration and great support. Bravo. Yeah, it takes a special skill to play with the wind instruments. They sound very different from piano, and you have a wonderful pianist who has your back. Yeah, and thank you for working out your ensemble in there. I love the clarity and the balance between your playing. So, yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that concludes our group 8. I believe the group 9 will start in about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yes, and thank you all very much. I want to extend our very heartfelt thank you to Maestro Giacomo Franci, who is spending a whole day with us. He's a music director of New York Chamber Players Orchestra, and it's extremely generous of you to...
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us and for your generous support of musicians and sharing your expertise. And thank you, James, for all your tireless work helping and co-organizing these events, the auditions and the gala at the Carnegie Hall. And for your beautiful comments and for your encouraging spirit helping musicians. And of course, I want to extend many thank you to the auditionees and everyone who is working with you, your coaches, your teachers, your accompanists, and of course your group support groups, families and friends, everyone. It takes a village or maybe a big city to sharpen and hone artistic talent. And a lot of this is inspiration and support and of course hard work. And we don't want it to go unnoticed and unmentioned or unappreciated, because we do appreciate it very much. As musicians, we know what it takes. And of course, your tremendous courage working through the maze of all the technical aspects of performing on the virtual stage. It's a very new stage in its embryonic ages right now, and some years down the road, of course, it'll become a normally habitual stage, just like any other humans invented. But right now, you're pioneering, performing publicly on the stage, and that takes enormous courage and a lot of curiosity about technology. So I want to thank you for that. And next big thank you goes to the team of virtual concert halls, fantastic musicians and producers, directors of the shows, audio video engineers and broadcast engineers. Many thanks to Frane Rusinovic, our technical director, Igor Zubkovsky, general producer of programs, Fyodor Uspensky, creative producer, Andrzej Božić-Kudrich, producer and show director, Chris Au, host, scriptwriter, and many others who tirelessly work behind the scenes to make these productions very smooth, to work with really fine-tuning everybody's tech and making everyone feel comfortable and not afraid of the stage. Thank you all very much, and of course thank you our audience for your support, for your attention, for your love for classical music, and for your love for people who live their life for the moment of being able to share their art and their talent with you. With that, we're going to say goodbye for now, and we'll see you in 30 minutes in Group 9 of auditionees applying to perform at the Weill Recital Hall of Carnegie Hall, Concerti and Arias with the New York Chamber Players Orchestra under the baton of Maestro Giacomo Franci. Thank you all very much. See you soon.